Oh, welcome back, everybody. I'm glad you guys are joining me today. And Jen Psaki was left in tears, or has been left in tears, was crying on this podcast about the new law in Florida. And, this law has been on the books now for a couple weeks now, and it's still impacting the likes of people like Jen Psaki, which is fantastic. I love it when laws like this absolutely impact the crazy leftists that are in this country who continue to push these radical changes in our schooling system where they want to talk to little kids about inappropriate things and then tell them not to tell their parents about it. And things like this has Jen Psaki in tears. This law needs to be like 50 states. Anyway, before we dive into today's story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button. If this is your first time here, thank you for joining me. Thank you for allowing me to share some information with you. Hopefully you can share this with your friends and family as well. Let's see if we can't get this video up over 300 likes. That would be great if we could do that. So let's go ahead and dive into it today. We got from Gateway Pundit coming in to us from today. It says Jen Psaki. Yes, that's right. Our favorite press secretary, the spokesman for Joe Biden, says Jen Psaki breaks down in tears saying anti-groomer laws are for little children. Make me crazy. Yeah. Florida recently passed the anti-groomer law for their schools. No longer will teachers be able to push overtly sexual material to kindergartners up to third grade. This makes Democrats crazy. They love their school grooming exercises, and how sick, right? Jen Psaki is a perfect example of this warped thinking. Psaki recently sat down for an interview with podcaster Jessica Yellen. Psaki told the leftist podcaster that the anti-grooming law brings her to tears. This is via Breitbart. It says White House press secretary broke down in tears over the anti-grooming laws in an interview with podcaster Jessica Yellen on Tuesday. I'm going to get emotional about this issue because it's horrible. This is an issue that makes me completely crazy. I think she was crazy before this, but I digress. Psaki said when she was asked about the laws passing in Republican states, redistricting schools or restricting schools on transgender issues and sexual identity and giving parents more control over the child's education. The laws, like the one passed in Florida, prohibit discussions of sexual identity and gender in school classes with young children, prevent school officials from transitioning a child's gender without the parents' consent. So Psaki said the laws were cruel and did not represent the majority of Americans. Now I think it does. It's like the kids who were bullied and these leaders are taking steps to hurt them and to hurt their lives and hurt their family, she wept. She scolded Republicans for using the laws such as political wedge issue in an ongoing cultural war fights in the United States. The political game is harsh and cruel attempts at laws, and we see that we're seeing in some states like Florida. That's not a reflection of the country moving to oppose the LGBT WXYZ 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 community, she said. These people are absolutely ridiculous. People like Jen Psaki and all of these crybaby leftists are only crying because they're being exposed, and their true intentions of how they want to interact with children are being exposed, which the majority of Americans are like, don't talk to our little kids about overly sexual things that they should not be learning about, because what you're telling them as a teacher, as an influential person in their life, an adult in their life, you are then grooming them to go ahead and choose one of the things that make you happy, because you are saying things that the he, her, them, they, whatever, and you want these kids to reaffirm your point of view, your worldview, and we don't want that to happen. Actually, we don't want that to happen in school at all. That should be taken out of school all the way from grades 12 through kindergarten, and no longer being able to talk about these things because it's not appropriate. It's not something that teachers should have a role in, and they're upset because schools are one of their biggest propaganda and indoctrination centers, and they can't indoctrinate them as young ages, then they're going to have issues later on, because these kids are going to be able to freely think on their own without the influences of these absolute horrible teachers and the schools across the country. So yes, this law needs to be passed in all 50 states, and we need more of the reading from people like Jen Psaki. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you live in a state where they have passed a parental rights law to stop this type of overtly use of sexual sexualizing children in your schools, let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you guys can follow me on all my social media, including Gab and Odysee, both linked in the description down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and of course, leave a Let's Go Brandon. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.